We're getting ready to talk to a wonderful lady. Her name is Cher Winkley. She brings her inspiration to us through her beloved notebook and single, I Need You. She has served over 14 years in the ministry as a worship leader at the Holy Tabernacle Church in Mesquite, Texas. And we want to bring and welcome her, truly, to the Serena So Brown Show. How you doing, Cher?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. We want to find out all about your new single, I Need You, and this incredible gift that you have for the youth. You want to talk about that?
The single, of course, is called I Need You, and it's just a song written to God just to explain to him who he is and who he is to me, rather, and letting him know that I need him in my life. And so it's a group ensemble song, and prayerfully the people are enjoying it and will enjoy it. So
they will definitely enjoy it. Anything I think that is like comes through you as a birth and as a need is definitely going to be an enjoyable piece. We just hope that you know that already, that all your work is really good with us. Oh,
amen.
Now, you've been preaching for over 14 years. Were you singing before you actually took hold to the podium like that?
No, ma'am. I actually started singing after preaching and after the ministry. So I haven't been singing as long as I've been in ministry, but probably about 14 years total in ministry, and maybe 10 years singing. So not that long.
I always tend to think
I was actually really shy growing up singing. So people are usually surprised by that, but I was very shy to sing, so it took me a minute to get out of that.
Yeah, you know, it kind of takes me to another place, though, when a preacher says that they're shy at singing, because your voice is already out there.
Right.
But I do understand, though, too.
It's different.
Yeah, it's a different atonement. You're like, okay, you might love my speaking, but you may not like the other melody that follows. So you work along with a lot of youth groups also. You want to talk about that for us?
Yes, ma'am. I was served as youth pastor a little while, probably about 5 years ago. But I have a very strong passion for youth, and I think it's because they are our future, you know. And so I want to, everything that I do, whether it be young people, women or men, I want to pour into them so that they can impact the world, you know, and not just the place that they're in, but make a real impact in the places that they're in and in the places that they will probably never imagine. So I have a heart for them because they're our future. So
that's awesome. Today's show is all about soul inspiration, Sharon, and we feel that through all the work that you're doing is definitely an inspiration for the generations to come. What do you think how you most help them see their future right now?
Say the last part one more time for me.
How do you see that you're most effective in the youth seeing and embracing their future right now?
Well, I think, you know, and I'll say this as it relates to young people, but I think it's across the board that there's so many things that kind of divert our attention from you know, the things that we need to fulfill, the desires that we have, the dreams, the goals, the visions. And there's so many things that kind of pull away from that, you know, and it's hard to balance what's on the inside, you know, what you have on the inside versus those things that come against you on the outside. And so just having somebody there, you know, as another voice or as a means of encouragement or even as a means of direction to help get you to the place to where you can see those things manifested is what's very important to me. And so just, like I said, pouring into young people because they are our future. You know, when we get old, myself and people that are older than I am, you know, you're going to have somebody that succeeds us in what we do and who we are. And so pouring into young people for that reason is important, and the adults as well, because we all have something that we're purposed to do. So.
Now, with the same group of young people that you are teaching as a director of the youth choir and praise teams, do you feel like you've also reached another place with them with your music?
Absolutely. You know, I think that being in ministry for as long as I have been, you have that audience of people that gravitate to the Word of God. And then you have the Word of God that gravitates to the people, you know, that where it reaches beyond their desire for it. And then you have, young people who are hearing it but not really hearing it, and you have to find another means, another medium to get them to for their spirits to be quickened and awakened to what it is that who they are and what they can do. And so music is just another avenue to encourage people, to encourage them, to strengthen, and just kind of give hope to life and to their situation. So, I think it's reached places that I probably would have never been able to go just with preaching alone.
That's incredible. And also, you've had a chance to work with the Grammy-stellar, award-winning David Frazier, who has been an artist and songwriter. How has that been working with him since you started out saying that you were shy about the music, and now you get a chance to work with someone as great as he is?
It's been great. I give honor to where honor is due, and he is an awesome person, number one, but he is an awesome writer. And when I first started putting things together, I remember letting him hear some of the songs, and just the processes of kind of going through the development of songwriting, because the songs on the project, I wrote them. So the process of going through the development of songwriting and what works, what doesn't work. And I think that when you enter into something that's foreign or new, and even though you have a great desire for it, you have to have somebody that's been there, done that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And have to be open to criticism, critique, and just guidance. And he was that voice for me, and so I highly respect him and thank God for him.
Was it a challenge for you to figure out exactly where you wanted to be music-wise with all the, I say, new genres within gospel music itself? Like, did you look at, as opposed to maybe contemporary gospel style, as opposed to the old, church stomping, hand clapping, what have you? Did you know for yourself what you wanted it to be like before you dealt with a producer?
Well, I knew one thing, and that is that I didn't want it to be a project as a whole that one person would turn away from, and so on the project, it's kind of eclectic, like it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I wanted something to where it would reach and touch the hearts of the older generation, and reach and touch the hearts of the younger generation. I wanted it to be balanced, and so I tried to. That was my focus from the beginning. Now, choosing which songs those were, of course, I had to be led by God and choosing those. But I wanted something that would encompass everybody, from all walks of life, to where people were not turned off by, this is just this type of CD, and I'm not into that, or this is just this type,
Right.
So we put a little bit of everything on there so everyone could enjoy it.
That's a huge task. When you're trying to kind of like please, a collective type of people, right, trying to please your audience. But one thing I can say for sure, when you're working with the youth, they'll also keep you relevant too. They'll let you know. Wait a minute now, Cher. Why are you doing this song?
Right.
But I think it's a great balance, because I think knowing where music is and all the history of gospel music, and then finding your place, you're able to relate to, like you said, more than just one audience. And the message is for everyone, and not to leave anyone out. You want also to put out music that can embrace as many people as possible. So
absolutely, because you want to be able to reach everybody as much as you can, but then reach them where they are. And so that was the idea of trying to put the project together.
So let's talk about "I Need You." How did that come about?
Well, I remember driving down the highway one day, and I just started. Most of my songs, I'll be honest, are birthed out of prayer, or out of situations where God is manifesting. So I'm driving down the highway and just kind of, but just praying, and the chorus to the song, I just begin to hum it.
Okay.
And so I'm driving, like, thinking, this may be a song.
Right.
So I really had to pull over at a gas station and just write down everything that was in my heart, whether it made sense, lyrically, quote unquote, or not.
Right.
So that's how it was birthed. It was birthed out of a moment of prayer and letting God know that I needed Him, but yet at the same time recognizing who He is So that's what that's how it came about.
Well, Cher, do you want to send your love and a shout out in the form of a shout out to anyone out there? Right now is the time to do it. We're getting ready to play for the world. I Need You. Ladies and gentlemen, Cher Winkley from her beloved Notebook. But Cher, you have the first word up.
Absolutely. Say the last part again for me, if you don't mind.
You can give any shout out that you like to of how people can connect with you and your music and
absolutely. You can feel free to log on to my website. It's cherwinkley.org. That's CHERWINKLEY.org. You can find out information about the ministry there and the project Beloved Notebook. You can also purchase the project on iTunes, on Amazon, on any online distribution store. And then feel free to connect with me via Facebook or Twitter. It's Cher D. Winkley. But the website is a central place for all. So cherwinkley.org would help you connect with us in all of those areas.
Well, Cher, thank you for your powerful message. Keep doing what you're doing and keep working with the youth. It's such a wonderful cause. And I think it just makes us better all the way around. And I know they need you like we need you. Someone else always needs somebody out there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cher Winkley. I Need You.
No one compares to you. There's nobody else like you.